guys, how's it going? This is the Kitchen Fairy with another recipe vlog. For today's recipe, it is sour cherry and chocolate chip muffins. The sour cherry is from our backyard, so check out the full video and I'll see you soon again. Bye! So we're gonna harvest our cherries first. These cherries supposed to be sweet, but they combine 3 cherries into one so that they would survive the bitter winter in the north. But they are supposed to be sweet, but in the end they are not. One is romance cherry and the other one is cupid cherry, and the third one is, I can't remember, cinnamon passion cherry. When they were still red, they are actually somewhat sweeter than now that they are darker. They are darker than what it was. It was kind of bright red and they were sweeter, but now that they are darker, they are more too sour. So for this recipe, you can use regular sour cherries or this kind of cherries, or you can use the sweet cherries. I prefer the somewhat sour because we're gonna add chocolate chips. So I harvested most of the cherries from this side, and that should be enough for our baking for today. I just noticed that this branch, they don't really have leaves compared to the others, kind of making me worried that they are not gonna survive or not gonna grow nicely. If you remember, at this corner was our apple tree. We harvested for 2 years in a row, and then when we moved to this house, we noticed that many of the apple tree branches did not grow any leaves at all. And when we pricked or even cut the branch, we saw that the branch are totally dry, which means they are dying. It was dying already. And now I see that the cherries as well, but we just bought this cherry 2 years ago, so hopefully it wouldn't have the same fate as the apple tree. We chopped off the apple tree because we fixed the landscape here in the backyard, and we said, oh my god, we're just gonna have to get rid of the apple tree because it was really dying. Anyways, again, this should be enough, and let's go inside. The cherries are 724 grams, but this is still with the pit, and we have to remove them, of course. You have a pit remover, the one that you just press. It's kind of sharp, long like this, and you press it to the center and it will push out your pit. You can slice them or push it with a sharp knife, or you can use a straw and the pit will come out. But be careful, it will stain your clothes, obviously. Once seeds are removed, we get 604 grams, so 600 grams. Now dump cherries into your pot. Pour 400 milliliter water with half cup of sugar. Now we're gonna bring this to boil, and we're gonna stir it until sugar melted or dissolved. And your water, as you can see, already changing in color. It will be even more reddish. And keep boiling until all cherries pop. And lower the heat. Once all the cherries pop, turn off the heat. Then cool it to room temperature before we use it for our baking. So this is 2 cups of flour with half cup of skim milk powder, 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder over here, and a generous pinch of salt. We're just gonna mix this. In 1 cup of our cherry compote and crack an egg. And we're gonna add 1/3 cup of peanut oil. And then we're gonna mix it until just combine. And add in 1/3 cup of sugar-free dark baking chocolate. And we mix it together. So that 1/3 times 2, 2/3. And add in one handful walnut pieces and mix again. Scoop with your measuring cup about twice of 1/4 cup, so about 1/2 cup, and fill your, this is a bigger muffin pan, so not regular one. I would say it's like giant, but there's giant shape as well, or giant size as well, so this is a big muffin size. Now if you want, you can sprinkle the top with some sugar. And now our muffin is ready to be baked. We're gonna bake it for 25 to 35 minutes on preheated 350 Fahrenheit, depending on your oven.